What if we told you coffee was good for you?
Coffee is the single highest source of antioxidants in the Western diet. More antioxidants than kale, more antioxidants than 70% dark chocolate, and more antioxidants than blueberries.
In fact, what if we told you that coffee is really good for you?
Research shows that 3 to 5 cups of coffee per day dramatically enhances performance in high-intensity exercise, improves memory, reaction times, and overall cognitive function, decreases risk of depression, promotes weight loss by boosting metabolic rates, reduces risk of type 2 diabetes up to 40%, decreases risk of liver cancer up to 71%, reduces risk of Parkinson's up to 30%, and decreases risk of Alzheimer's up to 65%. Overall, coffee drinkers live longer. People who drink 3 to 5 cups of coffee per day have about a 15% lower risk of premature mortality compared to people who don't drink coffee.
And what if we told you that the health benefits of coffee could actually be increased through conscious roasting, sourcing, and processing? Introducing Purity, a health-conscious coffee company. At Purity, we've brought together a world-class team to analyze every step in the production chain from cherry to cup. We make decisions with only one thing in mind: how can we make the healthiest coffee in the world? Here's our 3-step process. Step 1, we search the world for the highest quality organic green beans that meet our exacting standards. Way less than 1% of coffee worldwide fit our sourcing criteria. Step 2, we test, and test again to create a specific roasting protocol for each harvest that maximizes healthy compounds and minimizes toxins. Step 3, we nitrogen pack our coffee within 48 hours of roasting and deliver to your door every 2 weeks to ensure maximum freshness. The result is the ultimate coffee drinking experience. You'll not only taste the difference in our clean, healthy coffee, with Purity, you'll feel the difference.
Our coffee club members report a bright, alert lift with less jitters than regular coffee and much more gentle on the stomach.
Sign up for Purity today, and you'll never have to worry about your source for healthy coffee again.
Good afternoon. Happy Saturday. You're listening to the Ask Dr. Ernst show. I'm your host, Dr. Ernst, and very excited, like we are every week, for today's health topic. Hey, look, you get to ask health questions. We get to answer them with functional, holistic, and natural approaches. And today, I'm doing a fun spin. It's big weight loss time, guys, right? The new year is right around the corner. So rather than doing a weight loss show, I thought I would do a what happens to your body when you gain 10 pounds. Get it? So rather than like saying, here's everything you need to do to lose weight, today's show is going to be the why behind that you should lose the weight. What happens to a human body when it has just an extra 10 pounds? This is going to shock you because sadly, some of you have 15 or 20 or 30 or 50 or 60 or who knows what amounts of pounds you need to lose. And as we are about to turn the calendar over and start a brand new year, why wait till January? You know, something fun I'm doing last week, we had 196 people opt into our free 4-week health challenge. You can still do it right now. And it's real simple. Go to your phone and text 704-906-2094, the word New Year. Got it? New Year. And that automatically signs you up and registers you for a 4-week health challenge. The only problem is you're a week behind, so you missed week 1, but hey, there's still 3 and 2 and 4. So we're going to give you recipe packs and ebooks and shopping lists and guides. You also get entered to win you get entered into our January masterclass, which is detoxification, rejuvenation, weight loss, all the stuff we want for the new year. I'm going to take you step by step as an instructor and teach you how to do it right. 30 pounds in 30 days. Yep, you can do it. Getting rid of toxins. We talked last week about glyphosate and how dangerous that toxin is, and we can get it out of you. So we're going to today discuss what happens to the human body when it has 10 extra pounds. And this is going to shock you because in 2017, a study that was done at the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health, which is a version of the Harvard School of Medicine, found the association between weight gain from early adulthood all the way through the various health outcomes that happens in our lives. And they saw everything from heart disease to diabetes to even MS, etc. Now watch, okay? 93,000 women, 25,000 men. And what they discovered is if you have 5 extra pounds of fat, you had a higher likelihood of having type 2 diabetes, hypertension, and heart disease. Now here's where it gets tricky. If you had 10 pounds of added fat, it doubled those risks for diabetes, hypertension, heart disease, but it increased into things like cancer and neurodegeneration. So the researchers, this is their conclusion. Listen, in all of the cohorts of health professionals, weight gain during adulthood is associated with significantly increased risks of major chronic health conditions that don't normally decrease with age. The findings should help people to realize no matter how old you are, losing 10 pounds can drastically improve your health. So there we go. Now, this 10-pound weight gain doesn't usually just happen all during the last part of the holidays, but for some people it can. The thing is I want you guys to recognize something. You are supposed to burn fat for energy all the time. In fact, energy gives 2.25 I'm sorry, I said it backwards. Fat gives 2.25 times the amount of energy that sugar does. So if you just look at it like if this is a fat molecule and this is a sugar molecule, I'm going to get more energy out of fat than out of sugar. Yet a lot of you are so fearful of fat and you have so much fat on you and you want to get rid of it and you're like, just please tell me what to do to lose weight. Like everything, you have to ask the question, why haven't you already lost it? Why is it still there? What's going on in your life that's encouraging you to be a fat storage? Why are you hanging on to it versus being a fat burner and someone who gets rid of it? Okay, so first we have to just talk about the fact that 10 pounds can cause detrimental health effects. Say if you're like, I need to lose 50 pounds. I just don't know when I should start. It's like, I don't know, it's so hard. Maybe I'll just wait till the new year. Yeah, that's 5 times the 10. Okay, so like we got to do this fast. Okay, so let's talk about why do so many people struggle with weight? It is not your lack of exercise. It is not that you pick the wrong diet. You're doing keto when you should have done paleo. You're doing paleo when you should have done AIP. You're doing South Beach when you should have done zone diets. No. Okay? You could be a vegan and still struggle to lose weight. You could work out at CrossFit 5 times a week and gain weight. So I hope I can sort of crack your skull open and get you to realize you don't lose good amounts of weight by doing diet and exercise. You'll lose some 5 or 6 or 10 pounds, but almost always what happens is it rebounds back. And if weight loss and diet was what solved our issues, just think about this, right? We have more gyms and we have more nutritionists, and we have more healthy food all over the place. America should be the thinnest nation on the planet. And we're the fattest and the sickest. So we got to ask these questions of like, why do you struggle to lose weight? And I'm going to give you a list, guys. These are the chronic reasons that Americans just can't wake up in the morning 5 pounds lighter than they woke up the next morning. Number 1, stress. Stress creates cortisol, which elevates insulin, which causes insulin resistance, which leads to elevated blood sugars, which causes inflammation, which causes you to take that sugar and store it as fat. Stress, okay? You're not stressed out, are you? Nah, certainly not you. Number 2, sensitivities to the foods you're eating, not just allergic responses, but I'll call them sort of like lectin responses, gluten responses, inflammatory responses. We know for a fact if you're eating foods that you're sensitive to, you're going to gain weight. It's part of the inflammatory process. When I say sensitive, I don't mean that you're allergic to peanuts and you ate peanuts and now you're in the hospital. I don't mean you can't have walnuts or pecans and pistachios and now you had anaphylaxis. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the fact that gluten is found in grains and almost all of you are sensitive to it, no matter if you say, well, I ate that and I had no problems, because you had an immune response. There are immunoglobulins. IgG is a specific type that can be released when you eat foods you're sensitive to. And if you have a lot of IgG circulating around for food, there's the sensitivity. So watch, it could be that you're eating uber healthy, kale and quinoa and all kinds of oats and just grains that are healthy and all this food and, spinach, and you're having your smoothies. But if you're eating foods you're sensitive to, like spinach or kale or quinoa or grains, and you didn't know it, we trigger excess amounts of inflammation, which makes it very difficult for you to burn fat. And a lot of experts believe that the number one contributing factor to the bellies that we all have isn't beer, it's wheat. There's even several books where they call it wheat belly or grain belly. And they're even now saying it affects your brain, which is why they call it a grain brain, like you have fogginess, forgetfulness, etc. So look, something that I'm doing for the holidays as we finish out this year is giving away 4 weeks of a transformative health pack. It's this massive amounts of information, shopping lists, recipes, detox guides, all kinds of stuff that can help you to lose a tremendous amount of weight. We recently upgraded it at the request of some people last week. Over 80 different detox diet recipes that'll help you to lose weight. Most of our clients who do this program, 15, 20, 30 pounds in 4 weeks. You usually have to pay for this, but for the fact it's the holidays and we're giving gifts away, if you've heard my commercials that have been running, it's yours free. It's a 4-week health pack. The only problem is we started last week. So for you, it's a 3-week health pack. But hey, a lot can happen in 3 weeks. All you need to do to grab it is text your name and the word New Year to 704-906-2094. Those of you on the live streams, okay, I'm trying to look at it. It's somewhere either here or here. It has the info. It has everything you need on where to text to get the information. You're going to be put in a queue. A bunch of emails go out. Teaches you everything you need to know. And then the best part, guys, on the 14th of January, right? The new year, I'm hosting a masterclass where I'm going to teach you how to heal yourself, how to detox, how to lose 30 pounds in 30 days, how to get whatever your goals are for the new year. And it's an educational format. This is what causes this problem. Here's what you do to fix it. You were on the class, so now go do it. Okay? Why is it that we have so much hard times losing weight? We're stressed out, number one. Number two, we're eating foods we're sensitive to. It's an immunoglobulin sensitivity. Hey, Dr. Ernst, can you test for that to see if I have these sensitivities? What a great question. Thank you so much for asking. Yes. It's called a food sensitivity test. Costs about almost $180, $190. Going to check you for 200 foods. The results come back on your phone, and it says, don't eat this and don't eat this and do eat this and do eat this. Best test you can ever run if you struggle to lose weight. Okay, number 3, dysbiosis. Listen, there can't be a show that I do where I don't at least say an inappropriate microbiome, a bacterial disturbance within your gut is going to make you gain weight. And here's why. When your gut's leaking, you have physically irritated the cells, and there's microscopic holes in the intestines. And as a result, stuff gets into your blood that shouldn't be there. Viruses, bacteria, parasites, toxins. And so your brain, in its brilliance, is like, whoa, look at all the holes down there. And it's going to invite 2 things to go fill the gaps. Triglycerides, which is fat, and cholesterol, which is fat. So all this fat starts showing up around your gut because it's literally trying to plug Hoover Dam, which is leaking like crazy, or, whatever dam, right? You get the idea. It's the first one that came to my mind. If you got a leak in a dam, the water's spraying out. So they come along and they seal it. So your body will seal your gut with fat and cholesterol. So guess what? Most people that have a leaky, dysbiotic gut, they have elevated cholesterol and elevated triglycerides. And their doctor yells at them saying, it's your heart, and your heart's going to explode. And we're going, it's your gut, and that's why you're overweight, and that's what the problem is. So just know, 90% of all disease has been traced to inappropriate health in your intestines. So it comes as no surprise that you can turn on a fat-burning switch by cleaning out your gut. The average human body holds 5 to 6 pounds of bacteria in their intestines. And these things feed off of stress hormones. They feed off of sugar. They feed off of chemicals. So when you're eating classic non-clean foods, you feed the bad bacteria and you kill the good bacteria. So what we know is this is known as the epigenetic fat switch, guys. It's how you went and you turned off the ability for you to burn fat. Did you know there are certain bacteria called fat-promoting bacteria which make you burn fat? And they're in the groups of the strains of bacteria that most of you do not have. Bacteroides is a good one. Bacillus subtilis is another good one. So there's certain strains of bacteria that if you don't have them, you can't burn fat. And there's also bacteria that help to promote a good microbiome. So having fat-promoting bacteria leads to a skinny gut, and having inappropriate bacteria leads to the overweight, leaky gut. Okay, so it could be that your gut's leaking and that's why you're not losing weight. Another one is toxic exposure to various chemicals. We spent the entire hour last week talking about glyphosate, Roundup, and how it literally shreds your body to pieces. It is the weed killer that's killing you. So that was last week. If you want to listen to it, go to iTunes, type in Ask Dr. Ernst. Our podcasts are up there. Go to WBT.com. Just click on my show name. Go to the last week's show. Head on over to iTunes Music. I already said that one, didn't I? Amazon Music, Spotify. Guys, we're like basically everywhere. If it's a streaming service that can handle a show, we put it up there for you. Go to Twitter and watch the live feed. You know what I mean? So you can find it, all right? Now watch this. We have identified somewhere between 80 to 100,000 different kinds of chemicals. And the problem with that is these things are extremely toxic. And they've been shown to interfere with your hormones. Now, did you know leptin is a hormone that tells you to burn fat? So if your leptin levels are off or not working, you won't burn fat. Ghrelin is a hormone that tells you you're full, stop eating. So if you don't have proper ghrelin, you're going to eat all the time. You're going to be hungry all the time. And if your leptin's messed up, you won't burn fat. Those two hormones right there should be like, you guys should be screaming going, that's me. Every time I eat, I'm still hungry and I just can't burn fat. Leptin intolerance, ghrelin is off balance. Okay. The CDC and the National Report on Human Exposure to Environmental Chemicals found 287 known chemicals that disrupt hormones, can cause cancer and cause obesity in infantile newborn blood. You know what that means, guys? Mom has baby, baby grew in mom, mom was slightly toxic, baby's now toxic, toxins in baby's blood from birth, baby has health issues. Baby gets labeled as having a genetic problem. Doctors love this because it's meds for life. And in fact, it was just toxicity. So why is it so important you join us for this masterclass that's on the 14th of January? We're going to show you how to clean your body out. Why is it uber important for you to pick up the phone now and call 704-906-2094 for free? We're going to gift you a 4-week health program with emails and all kinds of reminders. And it has everything you need inside of it, from the diet to the detox, the supplementation recommendations. It's like the Holy Grail Bible of healing. And if you just follow it for 4 weeks, you will get results. We've had people text in saying, I did your 4-week guide last year. I lost 37 pounds. I'm off my medications. We've even had, it's going to sound nuts. We've had people say, I had cancer and I no longer have cancer. To God be the glory, and how exciting. You can be your own doctor. You can heal yourself. And this guide is going to show you what to eat, what to take, what to do. And guys, normally there's a fee for this, but it's Christmas and it's New Year's and it's time to give this away. So 704-906-2094. That's how you grab the 4-week health guide. That's how you get now 3 more weeks of coaching, because we started last week. And that's how you get on to the masterclass that we have coming up on the 14th of January. Hey, that's at 10 a.m. It's free. It's live. It's Q&A, you and me. And we'll go from there. Okay, the next thing that's causing you to not lose weight is sugar overload. I don't know if you know this or not, but in the 1900s, the average American consumed less than 20 grams of sugar for the entire day. Now we're lucky if you are less than 200. So the problem is this. Every single time you consume sugar, you physically shut off white blood cell activity. It's like you punch your white blood cells in the face, knock them out, and it's for 4 hours. So if you exceed the allowable sugar intake, which in my opinion is 20 grams, let's look at what they did back in the 1900s. You're going to wreck your immune system, and the excess your body says is toxic, so it turns it into fat. The worst sugar for fat is fructose. And the reason for this is the human cells don't use fructose for energy. They use glucose. So if you're eating a lot of fruit sugar, or heaven forbid, you're using fructose corn syrup or high fructose corn syrups, that fat, that sugar, is in the liver converted into fat. Fructose goes to fat. They both start with F, so it's easy to remember. The more fructose you eat, the more your liver turns it into fat. The more your liver turns into fat, the fatter you get, the more it's difficult to get out of that switch of using sugar for energy, because your cells are like, we're starving, and you just get stuck. Okay, so sugar is a problem. It is a toxin. Sugar increases LDL, decreases HDL, causes atherosclerotic plaquing, creates calcium deposits. It is as addictive or more than nicotine, which is smoking, alcohol, which a lot of people are addicted to, and even recreational drugs like cocaine and heroin. I'm talking the big boys. They did studies where they gave people sugar and their brains lit up the same as if they had just injected a good old layer of crack. All right, so sugar is easily converted into fat by your liver. So overconsumption of sugar leads to fat storage, insulin resistance, and all kinds of havoc in your body. And many of you, okay, you don't realize it, but you're pre-diabetic by numbers. If you were to wake up in the morning, prick your finger, and take a look and see what it looks like, it would scream at you north of 100. Now, does that mean it's you? No, but maybe you're the toxic one, or maybe you're the one who's stressed out. So just understand, there are so many variables that you can control that are preventing you from losing weight. You just have to recognize it's not your laziness. It's not the fact you don't have a gym membership, and it's not the fact that you didn't pick the right diet. Watch out for all the news, guys. The New Year's like itching to bounce around. They're going to be like, the top diets for 2023. Do this one and you'll lose a lot of weight. No, you won't. If you want to lose 40 or 50 or 60 pounds, you've got to address why you haven't already lost it, which is the point of our show today. Okay, genetically modified foods put a massive burden on your body for 2 reasons. Number one, they're usually heavily sprayed with Roundup and other pesticides. And number 2, it's fake. So I don't know if you know this or not, but your body's very smart, okay? It can tell the difference between a real protein and a fake protein. Fake proteins will be identified as foreign objects, seen as if they're viruses and creating immune reactions to this. This is why lectins and gluten are such a big problem today. It's not that gluten from 1,000 years ago was dangerous. Many people in the biblical era and beyond actually ate bread and wheat and had no problems. In the 1990s, humanity was like, we can be smarter than God. We'll make a seed that should grow when it shouldn't. And they messed it up. So as a result, we've hybridized and modified our seeds. And the seeds in the foods you eat today aren't really even food anymore. It might look like food, it might taste like food, but if it's genetically modified, sprayed, or comes from a source of contaminated toxicity, it could be the reason that you are not losing weight. So, hey, we have a commercial break coming up. So this is your opportunity to pick up your phone and call 704-906-2094 or text your name, the word New Year, and your email, and you get the 4-week health guide free. You get the masterclass free. You get all the recipes, all the packs. Guys, it's like, 80 pages worth of stuff. It's like a booklet on how to heal yourself free. 704-906-2094. Call or text with the word New Year, and I'll see you guys in a couple minutes.
What if we told you coffee was good for you?
Coffee is the single highest source of antioxidants in the Western diet. More antioxidants than kale, more antioxidants than 70% dark chocolate, and more antioxidants than blueberries.
In fact, what if we told you that coffee is really good for you?
Research shows that 3 to 5 cups of coffee per day dramatically enhances performance in high-intensity exercise, improves memory, reaction times, and overall cognitive function, decreases risk of depression, promotes weight loss by boosting metabolic rates, reduces risk of type 2 diabetes up to 40%, decreases risk of liver cancer up to 71%, reduces risk of Parkinson's up to 30%, and decreases risk of Alzheimer's up to 65%. Overall, coffee drinkers live longer. People who drink 3 to 5 cups of coffee per day have about a 15% lower risk of premature mortality compared to people who don't drink coffee.
And what if we told you that the health benefits of coffee could actually be increased through conscious roasting, sourcing, and processing? Introducing Purity, a health-conscious coffee company. At Purity, we've brought together a world-class team to analyze every step in the production chain from cherry to cup. We make decisions with only one thing in mind: how can we make the healthiest coffee in the world? Here's our 3-step process. Step 1, we search the world for the highest quality organic green beans that meet our exacting standards. Way less than 1% of coffee worldwide fit our sourcing criteria. Step 2, we test, and test again to create a specific roasting protocol for each harvest that maximizes healthy compounds and minimizes toxins. Step 3, we nitrogen pack our coffee within 48 hours of roasting and deliver to your door every 2 weeks to ensure maximum freshness. The result is the ultimate coffee drinking experience. You'll not only taste the difference in our clean, healthy coffee, with Purity, you'll feel the difference.
Our coffee club members report a bright, alert lift with less jitters than regular coffee and much more gentle on the stomach.
Sign up for Purity today, and you'll never have to worry about your source for healthy coffee again.
Hi, my name is Gary Greenfield with Greenfield Water Solutions, and I want to introduce you to our newest product, the MR500. It's a whole house structured water filter system. It's set up in an all stainless steel multi-round filter housing. It features inlet and outlet for the water, a bleeder valve for when you're changing out the filters to reduce pressure, and to remove the top for access to the filters. You simply open up the clamp, remove the top, and this plate here holds all the filters in place. Simple to remove, It comes out, and you can see what we have on the inside here. It's 5 Aquamedics filters and a vortexing tube and a harmonizer. That's the whole system. This is designed to filter 5 gallons per minute, and all of the contaminants that it does remove are listed on the website, which is a very broad array of contaminants. These are the highest rated filters that I know of on the market that are filter cartridges. They can be changed out yearly. And of course, the process is very simple. You won't have to hire a plumber to do a change out. And the filters are available from Greenfield Water Solutions. And if you want to know more about this, you can read about it on the product page or give us a call. Thanks for watching. That's it for now from Greenfield Water Solutions.
Would you like to experience a better night's sleep? Want to feel well rested and ready for your day? Discover an amazing solution with Celliant Sleep Recovery. Our Celliant Sleep Recovery products are made from a patented yarn embedded with a blend of 13 infrared active minerals. Celliant technology never washes out. The benefits will last for their entire lifespan. Minerals reflect the body's own energy by using Celliant infrared active technology, boosting your oxygen levels and improving circulation to reach REM sleep gracefully. Our customers love to comfortably sleep throughout the night because of Celliant. We've conducted 9 independent clinical studies by well-respected scientific institutions and universities that prove the many positive effects Celliant has on the body. Our technology is designed to help you achieve a refreshing sleep recovery. Experience the foundation your body deserves. Start waking up refreshed and always ready for the day ahead. It's time to achieve the best sleep of your life to unlock your hidden potential. Start experiencing a better night's sleep with our Celliant Sleep Recovery products today. Celliant. Recycle your body's energy.
Good afternoon. Welcome back. Hey guys, you're tuning in to the Ask Dr. Ernst show. My name is Dr. Ernst. I know it was a long commercial break, but here's the good news. You made it. We're live and we're talking about what happens when you gain 10 pounds or what happens when you have 10 plus pounds that you haven't lost to your body. And sadly, you're not going to like what I have to say. According to Harvard School of Medicine, having 5 pounds of extra weight increases your likelihood of type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, hypertension, and even being overweight. Then they found out if you have 10 pounds, you double the risks for that, and you even add things like cancer and neural degeneration. 10 pounds of weight gain for an adult, even over the decades, right? So you get a little here, a little there. It can be extremely hazardous to your health. What we discover, if you think about it, is, the holidays are kind of like 3 months, right? October, November, December. And in those 3 months, most people gain 5 or 6 or 7, maybe sometimes 10 pounds, but they don't lose it to reset by the next year. So then that 5 is now 10, and the 10 is now 15, and the 15 is now 20. If you were to sum up the entirety of your entire existence on this earth, over 1/3 of your life is spent in holiday mode, which means gain. So unless you wake up and realize that the 10, 15, 20, 30 you need to lose is actually causing health issues, even if you can't feel it, then I don't know what else is going to motivate you. Get into a new pair of jeans, it's not a big enough motivation. But having a diagnosis come about, for some people, makes them go, time to wake up. Also, during the commercial break, we had a ton of people text and call in. We're giving away 4 weeks of a complete health transformation. It's like a master pack ebook, if you will. It has shopping lists. It has recipes. It has guidelines. It even has day-by-day menu meal plans to help you lose weight, feel great, get your energy back, detox, and heal. Normally, you have to buy this 4-week program, but it's the holidays. Heck, it is Christmas weekend. We're just giving and giving and giving this away. So if you want it, it's 704-906-2094. Tons of information, and it comes with a free masterclass on the 14th of January where you and I will sit face to face through a computer, and we'll talk to you about what you need to know, everything that we know about you, and we're going to help you to hit your health goals. So in the process of the next couple of weeks, we're going to learn a lot about you. We're going to see what your motivation is. We're going to find what your goals are, and we're going to hand you a bat and just ask you to knock a home run. So again, how do you get access to the 4-week guide? 704-906-2094. All right, weight gain, right? It's a big issue. But the bigger issue is weight loss resistance. The fact that a lot of people are like, I cannot lose weight. I've done everything. I've taken the supplements. I'm doing the diet. I'm working out like crazy. And, I lost 10, but I need to lose 60. And I plateaued. Why? Okay, they're not addressing their stress. They're not looking at their allergic food responses. We spent a ton of time at the top of the hour. Food sensitivities are a known resistance to weight loss. If you're eating healthy foods, but your body is sensitive to it, good luck. The scale is going to pause, and you're going to be frustrated. All the kale salads, all the beets, I'm not losing weight. Well, what if you're allergic to kale and beets? Not anaphylactically, but immunologically. We talked about the fact that if your gut is imbalanced, if you have a leaky gut or dysbiosis, the fat just piles up around the small holes microscopically, and it causes weight gain. And we know that there are fat-producing bacteria, just like there are fat-burning bacteria. So if you have an imbalance between them and all you're doing is producing, those fat-producing bacteria, they produce fat. So if you have a lot of them, you're going to have a ton of fat. But if you have the fat-burning bacteria, it'll just burn right out of you. Okay, so here's the other thing. We know toxins are a big issue. We know there's hundreds of thousands of them. And the CDC and the National Human Report of Environment Exposure and Chemical Toxins actually found even our children have these toxins in them. Biotoxins in the form of viruses, bacteria, yeast, parasites, and mold may also be why you are saying, I can't lose weight. Biotoxins live in what's called a biofilm, that is fibrous tissue that is also loaded with fat. A study published in The Lancet showed environmental toxins contribute to an altered metabolic function and a decrease in the human ability to burn fat. According to the study, listen to this, 2 out of 3 Americans have toxins associated with biotoxicity. That's things like mold and too much bacteria, viruses, parasites, etc. We also talked briefly that sugar is the reason that we're fat, but not the fact that sugar itself does it, but that you eat hundreds of times of the amount of sugar than your ancestors ate. In the 1900s, the average was 20 grams for the entire day. Now, many of you polish that off just by looking at something that's produced in the United States food-wise today. I'm not going to name names. We had someone try to do something nice. They sent us a Christmas gift, and it was this box full of brownies, pre-packaged, pre-wrapped, turned it around, 55 grams of sugar per brownie. Each brownie was 2 servings. So there's 110 grams of sugar in that one brownie. 110, guys. That's like 5 times what you should eat in your entire day. Well, it's the holidays, right? Be careful. If you eat more than 20 grams of sugar, that could be why you're not losing weight. Genetically modified foods, it's a big issue because we grow them in the presence of chemicals. Roundup is one, herbicides, pesticides, fungicides, all this crud that we grow them in transfers into our body, and it creates leaky gut, which creates fat reabsorption and fat storage. Now, I want to show you guys something. There was a study done to try to figure out why are we so fat in the US compared to other countries. And they linked the consumption of certain foods. And this one was just like, the moment we started consuming this, overweight, obesity, everything skyrocketed. And it's going to sound strange, but just run with this. Ready? Vegetable-based, seed-based oils. So these things known as vegetable fats have kind of started skyrocketing like crazy. And surprisingly, these fats aren't actually derived from vegetables at all. Instead, they tend to come from seeds. So they use the word vegetable like, I'm thinking of Wesson, right? Like, it's vegetable oil. Because you think vegetables are healthy. This is an oil from vegetables. Vegetables are healthy. Oil from vegetables must be healthy. I'll use this oil because it's from vegetables. But it's not actually from vegetables. When's the last time you took celery and carrots and cut through them and oil poured out of them? So instead, it comes from seeds, and it's typically things like canola, which is a flour, soy, and corn, which is a grain. Okay, so all these GMO grain and seed oils causes imbalances in hormone processes, spikes inflammation, and leads to weight gain. Did you know that today, 43% of most people's food budgets are spent on fast food and takeout meals? I did some research. In 1929, it was 2 to 10%. Now, it could be because you might say, well, how many restaurants were there in 1929? There was quite a bit, actually, just so you know. But it was like an experience. And it was a massive expense to go out to eat back in the 1920s. So up to 10% of food budgets at the max were spent on going out. What's even more staggering, ready for this, is that according to the British Medical Journal, 58% of the average American's caloric intake comes from ultra-processed foods like cookies, cakes, crackers, chips, breads, and sodas. That should make you want to throw up right there. 58% of your nutrition is more than likely coming from fake foods, and we wonder why we can't lose weight. All right, so number one, how do we get 10 pounds off? You got to stop putting it on. It's really that easy. You have to stop doing the things that are making you gain weight. So we got to cut the seed and the vegetable-based oils out. We have to get rid of genetically modified foods. We have to heal and seal your intestines. We have to detox the human body. I know you're going to look at me like, oh my God, it sounds so complicated. It's actually really easy. You know what's hard? Is going to the gym 5 days a week for half an hour. That's hard. Or going online and being like, what's the best weight loss diet? And it comes back and you go, Cass, I can't eat anything. Okay, so real simple, guys. Number one, how to lose 10 pounds in 10 days. Stop putting the weight on. Nobody makes sense, right? So get rid of all the fat-producing things in your diet and in your lifestyle. Okay, so let's talk about these, okay? You have to cut the sugar out. Like just hands down, number one, sugar consumption, 20 grams max. Pretend like you lived in the 1900s and the only opportunity you would have sugar is if you like literally rode a horse into town and bought a pound of sugar, right? Which you would probably last for a year or more. We know sugar's bad for you. We know it causes weight gain. We know it causes all these problems. But in 2014, researchers did a study where they found that if you eat more sugar than you should, which is how much again? 20 grams. 20 grams. That you can increase your likelihood of having every major chronic disease known to man today. Cardiovascular disease. Relative risks for heart disease double when you consume more than 20% of your diet in sugar. Nah, that's not that much, just so you guys know. So instead of using sugar, should we use raw organic sugar? It's still sugar. Should we use agave? That's fructose sugar. Don't use that. Should we use honey? That's fructose sugar. Don't use that. So Dr. Ernst, what sugar should I use? None. Like, you shouldn't have the word sugar in any ingredient or any part of any food you're going to eat. Now, could we use the substitutes like monk fruit? Yes. Stevia? Yes. Sugar alcohols? Be careful. A lot of people are sensitive to those. Okay, number 2, stop eating processed foods. Look, if you have to tear open a package to get the food, it has been processed. It has gone through a process to get to you. But if you have to peel a wrapper that's naturally on it, like the peel of an orange or the peel of a banana, or you have to like cut through a pineapple, or you gotta peel off the outer, leaf layers of the cabbage or the cauliflower or the broccoli, peel your food rather than peel the openings to get into the food. Make sense? Like a bag. We don't want to do that. Okay, standard American diet is probably one of the highest in processed foods. We eat more processed foods than anywhere. And according to the British Medical Journal, foods like soda, cereals, cookies, candies, cakes, frozen dinners are all considered ultra processed. And if they have things like sugar, salt, seed oils, fats, and other things that are considered culinary perfections, then it's extremely bad. They did in the same study, 90% of Americans consume ultra-processed foods on a daily basis. And the thing is that there's hidden sugar inside of this, and it turns straight into fat. Okay? So we need to cut out the sugar. We need to stop peeling open bags for food, and we need to just eat real food, guys. Okay? We need to make sure that the fats we're eating are the right kinds of fats. Vegetables are not naturally oily. So if you think vegetable oil is good, someone needs to take you out in the back and just give you a good spanking, all right? What is really good are plant-based oils that are naturally fatty, like olives and avocados and coconuts and things like this, okay? If you go to our website, you'll find the entire list of the healthy fats, but I'm going to give them to you just so you have them. Ready? Avocado oil. Phenomenal. Probably one of the best oils you can ever use. It's a cooking oil. You can also use it raw in salad dressings. High in vitamin E, loaded with antioxidants. It's like a free radical scavenger. It's actually been shown to clean your microbiome out. Butter is in, ghee is in, margarine is out. Fake butters and these butter-like substitutes, they all have the vegetable and seed-based oils in them. There's actually studies done to show people that eat margarine and people that eat can't believe it's not butter. They find out that they can't believe that their arteries are clogged with cholesterol, and they can't believe they had a heart attack because they couldn't believe it wasn't butter. Butter, on the other hand, is high in conjugated linoleic acid, omega-3 fatty acids, and butyric acid, which helps to heal and seal your gut. Hey, ladies and men who have thyroid problems, did you know that butter is a super high source of selenium, which is a powerful antioxidant that helps to calm down thyroid issues? Coconut oil. Look, it's gotten such a huge bad rap for being this saturated fat that you would never want to eat because it's going to kill your heart. Well, the studies are in and out on that. Depending upon who you read, it can raise HDL and LDL and make your cholesterol go up, but it's because it elevates HDL more than LDL. So if total cholesterol is HDL and LDL, and your HDL goes up, what is your total cholesterol going to do? Yeah, it's going to go up. And your cardiologist is going to panic and freak out and say, oh my God, coconut oil, you're going to have a coconut heart attack. And you're not, all right? It's just been proven. It doesn't do that. It's majorly anti-inflammatory. It is severely antibacterial, antimicrobial, antifungal, and antiviral. So it cleans your intestines and helps you to lose weight. Olive oil, great oil, but you do not want to cook with it. I have this conversation at least 100 times a week. It is not designed to be heated. It should be raw and cold pressed and only consumed as a drizzle on your salads or the foods that you eat, right? And we want to make sure that we're using plenty of good oils, all right? So the next thing we need to focus on is the fact that we have got to talk about your proteins, because a lot of you eat the wrong kinds of proteins. I have a lot of patients who say, I don't eat red meat because I'm going to have a heart attack. But the reality is they proved it was corn-fed red meat that gets heart disease. So if you eat corn-fed red meats, yes, you are on path towards having potential heart disease. But if you eat grass-fed and wild-caught meats, proteins, it cleans your arteries out and actually is good for your heart. So is beef bad for hearts and colons? Yes, if it is conventionally produced, hormone-loaded, antibiotic-laden, corn-fed beef. Avoid that stuff like the plague. And if you are eating this is why you're not losing weight. But on the other hand, grass-fed, wild-caught, organic, whatever you want to call it, even wild game meats are extremely good for you, and they help you to lose weight. They're high in omega-3 fatty acids. They're high in conjugated linoleic acid. Grass-fed beef has been found in studies to be safer than grain-fed beef for your health, for your heart, and for your colon. All right? Watch out for dairy. Dairy is a big player behind people who struggle to lose weight, partly because the casein protein is very hard to digest. It causes irritation to your intestines. It's a known mucus producer, and it creates havoc in your health systems. Dairy is by far one of the most common sensitive foods that people have today. And a lot of you eat yogurt and cheese, and you put your dairy in your coffee thinking it's a good fat. And just be very careful. Dairy from cows, unless it's A2 casein, which is easier to digest, certified organic, tested to be free of pesticides, and is raw, which is very hard to find, then it's something you should avoid. Okay, so what are some things you can do right now to really hit the ground running with weight loss as we begin the new year? Number one, join us for our 4-week health challenge. It's free. We'll send you everything you need, recipes, diet packs, menus, everything. It comes in this big e-document, and it has everything you need to do. Number two, by signing up for that, you're going to get constant emails from us on a weekly basis for the next couple of weeks with coaching and guidance. It's free. You can get access to it by texting the word New Year to our line, 704-906-2094. That's 704-906-2094. And by texting in, boom, you get the access for the 4-week guide. Boom, you're going to start getting emails from us. And best yet, you're auto-entered into the masterclass I'm hosting on January 14th, which is the How to Reset Your Life, how to lose 30 pounds in 30 days, how to detox, how to get your energy back, how to have a new year, brand new you body. It's in a classroom format, so you're going to be learning. Instead of charging you tuition, I'm just asking that you text us, 704-906-2094. Hey, in the last 3 minutes, I want to give you the secret to losing 10 pounds in, maybe 10 days. 10 pounds in 10 days. Here we go, guys. Number one, fast. It's really not that hard. But when you fast, what your body does is it's not consuming external foods, so it uses what you've stored for food. And a lot of you have too much storage, if you know what I mean. So how do we fast effectively? Okay, well, number one, we need to start testing some things. You have to look at your sugars and you have to look at your ketones. A lot of you already know how to do this, but if you don't, go to my website, type in intermittent, type in full day, or just type in fasting, and you have thousands of articles on how to do this. But I'm going to be transparent. We have patients who do our 4-day fast resets and lose 7, 8, 9, 10 pounds in 4 days. Okay? It means, yes, you're not eating any food. It means you need to use nutrient-dense liquids to be your foods, broths or smoothies, or like what we call structured waters or alkalinized waters. If you do a day and you look at your sugars and they're coming down in your blood, keep going. If you do a second day and they're still coming down, keep going. The golden rule, guys, is if you ever see a sugar less than 60, stop the fast, start eating, and then try it again later. But some of you will go hundreds to 90s, 90s to 80s, 80s to 70s, 70s to 80s, 80s to 70s. Write it out for a couple days, 2, 3, 4, and watch as the pounds just melt off. Okay, if you need more help and you need to do 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, join us for the masterclass in January. I'll show you exactly how to find out why you're not losing weight. What are the toxins usually associated? What tests can you get done so you can become your own doctor and lose weight fast and get your health back? You can do that right now by texting your name and email with the word New Year to 704-906-2094. That's 704-906-2094. Guys, we have one more show to wrap up this year. The 31st is right around the corner. New Year's Eve, Ask Dr. Ernst show, 3 o'clock on Saturday. We'll see you guys then. I have some great surprises for you with that show. Dr. Chris Demzar, my lead associate, is going to host that one, and he is going to come with some heat. So we begin the new year strong. And then I'll see you hopefully on the masterclass on the 14th of January. It is all free. Again, the number is 704-906-2094. Call it now. Text the word New Year and your name and email. 4-week guides, ebooks, everything. It's just whoosh, can be flooded right to you with coaching through email over the next 4 weeks. We'll see you guys in 7 days. Until then, be blessed.